Hi guys, Bitcoin had a small correction and is now again pumping back to the upside. This was just a quick liquidity grab in my opinion, and I'm gonna show you which altcoins I'm getting ready to buy right now. But of course we talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum here too. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's get into it because today I have not so much time. Let me start off with the spot bits because today they were first slumping a little bit. If I go here to a higher time frame, to the 4-hourly chart, so you see here he was like the top here in the Bitcoin price for today, and then also the spot bits were turning down, which led to the small sell-off here. Then started to go sideways again a small bump, which potentially marked the bottom for today's price, and now is picking up again into the US open. I think the US market is already open. And yeah, so right now, a little secret, the US market is pushing the market up every single day for the last couple of days. So when you get a knack for which session the market is pushing, you can take advantage of that. And right now it's the US session. Hence why we see during these hours where the US is trading, Bitcoin usually going up. When it comes to spot ETF inflows, yesterday was quite positive. And here you see the first sign of what I was talking about, that Grayscale is coming to a halt to sell their shares and having an impact here on the ETF inflows. Yesterday, they only sold 252.93 Bitcoins, which I think is one of the lowest days ever when it comes to selling from their side, or it is even the lowest day. I'm not so sure about that right now, but potentially the lowest day ever for them. And I'm telling you, it will come to a halt of potentially almost zero. I told you this before. I saw again today some posts about it, but I'm still looking for the official Grayscale post where they are actually talking about this. I still haven't found it. If you have found it, send me a link in the comments about it. I would like to actually see that and then to integrate that in tomorrow's video. So, but I know that this is floating around, that Grayscale is coming to a halt regardless of how much they are still holding. You know, so they said somewhere they're going to stop selling. Now, when we're looking at the Bitcoin price, we see a really nice pump here to the upside. And again, guys, I couldn't resist to start trading this. I should have put more money into this trade, honestly. Percentage-wise, I'm quite happy with that. Look at this. So it's over 100% up right now, but yeah, I should have put a bit more money into this. You know, I'm up over $1,000. It's nice, you know, but it's not life-changing money. So that is the trade on Binance. And of course, I still have a trade also on BYBIT. So the trade on Binance, I basically caught this. Yeah, I kind of caught this when it broke back here into that support area. And from there, you can see we're bouncing back to the upside here on the 30 minutes chart. What led me to buying at this level was, wow, now Bitcoin is going completely for it. I don't know what's happening in the market, but something just happened, which a news event, I guess, that is triggering this, or the USD dominance is falling like crazy and we are experiencing right now a short squeeze. I will get into this in a moment here. So, but let's continue here. So as you can see, we had here a nice reversal candlestick pattern, a Morningstar pattern, and that led me to enter this once we broke here back into that support area. Now you see here, that is kind of the range that Bitcoin is respecting for now. So that goes from 70,340 all the way up to 71,260 approximately. Once we are leaving this range, we should go to 72,000 and above. So I'm still looking forward to that, potentially today, to see this. And yeah, I hope that you caught some of my trades and will make some profit on that. And me personally, I will also make some profit on that. If you're looking for a trade right now, wait for a break out of this range here to the upside with a 15-minute candle close above $71,300. there would be the next logical entry. Or if for some weird reason this whole candle is retracing back to the support level, then down here is another entry for you to enter this. The next target for me would be here the top of these two candles on that trade, which is around 72,000, let it be $600, just to be sure that you will be able to get your profit. So, and just here, if we would set up this trade either from here to the upside with a small stop loss, this candle here, so that gives you a 1 to 3 to 3 risk to reward ratio on this trade, 3% to the upside against more or less 1% to the downside. And if you would catch this from up here, then of course the stop loss would be smaller. So here you have a higher reward ratio to your risk. It's only 2%, but you also have only 0.3% of here potential risk to hit the stop loss. So that is statistically the better trade. You know, if you wait for the break of that range, that we go back here to these high candles from Monday. Here on the weekly chart, really interesting, Bitcoin still fighting with this area here of consolidation, which will create an order block. So what that means is that here is a concentrated area consolidation. And once we finish that consolidation, we will either see a break to the upside or we're going to see a break to the downside. So here, historically, we know already the direction is to the upside. It would be really, really crazy that we see a rejection from here to the downside. With a halving coming up, you know, bull market and so on and so on, highly unlikely that this is going to happen. So here, on the macro structure, you want to see that we break $72,000 and close a weekly candle above that and move higher in direction of $100,000. Here on the 1 hourly chart, here another indication that this was just a fake out when it comes here to the Bitcoin price is that the indicators are fully reset, you know, and we're pushing now to the upside here. The only thing that I would like to see here again is a break of $71,100 on the 1 hourly chart. And afterwards that we are tackling here these resistance areas and also the Monday high here at $72,800, get above that and then move into a new all-time high. I just want to show you quick here my Bitcoin trade. You see here I have a little bit a bigger trade here. So here I'm up $2,500 on my Binance account, over $1,000, so over $3,000, $3,500 here of profit right now on the table. You see here my take profit point is $72,000. I might raise that to these high candles here later on. And you see, exactly as I told you guys, on every potential dip, I'm adding to this position, you know. So the same goes if we come back down here again, I'm gonna buy again and here again and again, you know. So I will continue this until we break above $71,000 and $72,000 and start closing out of my Bitcoin position here. Here on the 4 hourly chart, something really important to point out. Remember guys, I said to you yesterday, if we get a retest of this downward sloping trend line, that would be a perfect entry for you to enter the next potential trade here on the higher time frames if you would have missed this breakout or to buy down here. So I hope that you followed through with what I told you yesterday, that you actually bought down here because that was a perfect bounce here back to the upside right now with the new 4 hourly candle that we just opened 50 minutes ago. If you missed this trade on the higher time frames, $71,300, $400, as I just said, is the level you see across all time frames. We have a lot of confluence around this specific level. So if you're not in a trade yet, wait for the break and enter there. And otherwise, a retest here again at this level might be another chance for you, but it doesn't look good that you're getting it right now because the lower time frames are highly bullish. Here the stochastic RSI can be ignored for the time being because the RSI is extremely bullish here and pointing to the upside. So there's a lot of momentum coming into Bitcoin right now, and also here we are getting now finally some green candles on the MACD. So if nothing crazy happens, Bitcoin will continue to go up from here. When we're going to the liquidations, also here, we are going in direction to the upside to take out all this liquidity that I'm telling you about, like a broken record for I don't know how long. And so that's why I'm moving directly here to the heat map, you know, so to get a better impression what's happening here. So here, you see here, if we tap into $71,500, that could potentially be the start of a small short squeeze to $73,000. And from there, we're gonna trigger a lot of short liquidations, and the price would just jump really quick to like 74,500, potentially even 75, then get a small correction, again, psychological level, and then going to retest 75 and potentially breaking through that. Don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere, do this on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 in deposit bonuses for using my link down below here. And if you want to trade altcoins, go to Margex. The strategy is called AMCrypto altcoins with the link down below. And if you cannot use BYBIT because you're in a jurisdiction that doesn't allow you to use BYBIT, then go to BITGET or to Phemex. On Phemex, you still have the chance to win $17,000. And I will be later also on a Twitter space with Phemex. So definitely check that out. And if you just want to copy trade me, I have a copy trade running right now. Go to FAIRDESK, $120,000, the biggest bonus in the industry. All these links are in the pinned comment below and in the description of this video. And you help out the channel if you use one of these links. So I would highly appreciate that. So now let me move on here quickly because my time is running out. I have to attend a call after this video. I'm not showing you the Bitcoin dominance today because what you want to see and watch is the USDT dominance right now. The USDT dominance will give you an indication when we get a huge short squeeze and when potentially we are going to get a long squeeze. So you see here, we have here this bearish pennant. So it's basically a bear flag. So if we just treat this conservatively from here, then the downside target would be 2.67%. I think that's a little bit too much. You know, that would mean that almost everything of USDT is in the market deployed, you know, so no reserves, nothing. So I think that's a little bit too much, but we could definitely see here a move to like 3.5%, close to 3%, something like that, once we are breaking down here. Once we are breaking below 4.5%, you're going to see a massive short squeeze to be triggered and potentially also see something like this and then get a wick back up. Because we're just going to see a shift, you know, from profit taking into USDT, and then they deploy it again somewhere else. So you're most likely going to see a retest, and then you see it again going a little bit down, and then potentially sideways, something like this. Once we are breaking to the downside here. If we would break to the upside, that would be really bad for the whole crypto market, because then we're going to see again a bloodbath. And yeah, that's something that we don't want to see here right now in the bull market. So right now we are still also here respecting this range here from 4.5% to 4.05%. But once we are leaving this range here to the downside, we are going to get our short squeeze. And you don't need to look at anything else, no indicators, nothing. Once we're getting the short squeeze, that is where you want to deploy a lot of capital across the whole crypto market in quality projects. So yeah, dominance, not what we want to see today. One of them, of course, will be Ethereum. So here, like I said, yesterday you would have gotten a perfect sniper entry again to enter this trade here once again. We're now back to the upside. If you want to enter here into Ethereum, wait for a confirmed break of $3,565 with a 4-hourly close. Yeah, best case scenario, 4-hourly close. And then your target is $3,900. Here, stochastic RSI is still quite low, so there is a high chance of continuation to the upside. I just want to have a quick look on the higher time frames here on Ethereum on the daily chart and look at the indicators. So here on the daily, the stochastic suggests we should get some downside. I say otherwise, because MACD is bullish, RSI is kind of pointing to the upside, price action is just fighting with a resistance level here. If Bitcoin pushes today in direction of $72,000 and can manage to stay between 71 and 72, you're going to see Ethereum closing above the golden ratio. And once we are doing that, we will see continuation in direction of $4,000. So have a close eye on Ethereum for today, and of course on Bitcoin, what's going to happen there. Then one of the coins that I'm looking to add more to my positions is right now Solana. We are bouncing off that support area, which is a really good entry for you guys if you're looking to get into Solana if you don't have already long-term bags. So I'm just continuously adding to my spot bags and also to leverage positions. So I actually opened on FAIRDESK this morning leverage positions exactly around these prices here right now. So you see here you have a 17% move to the upside in direction of $200, because I believe we are going to get there over the next couple of weeks against a 2% more or less stop loss. So there's a really good risk to reward ratio trade here. On the 1 hourly, we are on the bottom. On the stochastic, RSI pointing to the upside, so we should get here a nice move as long as Bitcoin is playing along in direction of $185. That would be my first take profit point, and then the second one around $200. But this, of course, only on my short-term positions, not on my long-term holdings. Then another coin that I'm watching right now, honestly, I still have to figure out why this keeps going up and up and up and up. I have read something about it, about the project, about Pendle, so but I forgot it again. So something happened this week, that's why it's going here heavily to the upside. I think this is one of the projects that you should not fade and could turn out price-wise like something like Engine, you know. So I can imagine that this project here could be trading above $20, $30 by the end of the bull run, you know. So you should definitely not fade this. If you want to get into Pendle here, the trade that I'm looking at is breaking the Monday high, closing above the Monday high with a 4 hourly candle, and then getting into this, because the lower time frames have already reset, you know. So I would not actually wait for the 4 hourly chart. Let it be a 15-minute candle, you know. So and then I will have just a tight and validation, something like this here, you know. So I will not trade here with crazy leverage, as you can see, you know. So but here's a 23% move to the upside with a 4.7% stop loss. So if I use here like 5x, you know, that's enough, you know. I make 115% to the upside against a 23% stop loss, so that's absolutely fine. If I wait for a 15-minute close above $7.36, you know, and trade this then to $9.02. Here, FDM was the other one. FDM is back in my support area from 92 cents to 95.6, more or less. Also here you see right now potential bottoming candle forming. Once that 4 hourly candle is closed in that way, I will definitely add to my FDM positions, because also here indicators are all on the bottom. You know, RSI pointing to the upside, so there is also momentum coming into FDM right now. And as long as also here we are holding this upward sloping trend line, more or less, I'm not really worried to hold on to my position. So of course we want to see that we get above that again. Reclaim of the Monday high will be the perfect entry in my opinion at 94.6 cents. And I trade this to $1.10 and then to $1.40 from here. The last one is SDX. SDX also always going up when Bitcoin is going up. So and here also, as long as we're holding this upward sloping trend, I'm looking at an entry above the Monday low at $3.22, which is like a 3% move from where we are at right now to potentially $5 from here. So something like, actually a little bit, something like this here. So this is a spot trade for me. You know, so you see a 55% to the upside against an 8% stop loss. This is something that I trade on spot. If I would use a leverage, I would use not more than 2 or 3x on that trade here. So here I just want to wait a little bit more that we are bottoming out on the MACD and get here, some lighter red candles that we see that the selling pressure is fading out, and also that the stochastic RSI is about to give a buy signal based on the daily chart. On the 4 hourly chart for a good entry, I might start building a position if we get here like 0.5% higher. You know, if we go to $3.09, I might start building the position, but I will officially in that position around the Monday low when we close a 50 minutes candle above that. So yeah, that's basically my plan for now, guys. So I gave you a lot of new trades. I gave you a nice Bitcoin setup, and yeah, don't forget to tune in again tomorrow and tell me in the comments if you are actually taking some of these trades. And yeah, if you have taken recent trades, let me also know how they turned out for you based on my analysis here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.